clarity wasn't given to us. We had to dig for it. Clumsy, determined, and still showing up anyways. Welcome in, my loves, mis amores. If we're here right now, it's not because life has been cute or calm to us. It's because something in us is tired of holding it alone. Because in a world like today, we're craving something real. Not polished, not perfect. Just something we can connect to and finally relax into. And in this space, we don't call ourselves damaged. We were coded to live in survival, and now we're recoding to be and feel free. So let me commence by saying this. I was never taught or warned about this part. That strange in between when you're already left behind the version of you that was hurt, but haven't fully met the new you yet. I'm not talking about the glow up that IG talks about. I'm saying the space where you're not falling apart anymore, but you're not fully put together either. When you finally exhale, but still feel like a stranger in your own skin. That's the place that I'm talking about. Not no mountaintop, not no breakdown, but the blurry sacred space in between. That part where you're no longer drowning, but the shore still isn't in sight. And that's okay. That's where purpose often whispers. Right between the undoing and the becoming. So let me be more real with you. I didn't find my purpose immediately. First, I found discomfort. Not the dramatic screaming kind, but the quiet everyday kind. That low-grade ache that builds when you're doing life on autopilot, where your soul is somewhere miles behind your body. I didn't completely fall apart. I just realized I'd mastered holding everyone else up while never learning how to hold myself. I was able to anticipate crisis, smooth chaos, and play the strong one. But I didn't know what it felt like to be fully me without a role to perform. And that's the first part nobody talks about. Purpose isn't something you go hunting for with a vision board and a plan. Sometimes purpose is what you discover after letting go of who you were trying to be for everyone else. So here's how it happened for me, piece by piece. I had to pull apart my skills first. Because trauma teaches you skills too. You learn to anticipate everybody's needs. You learn to give twice as much love so nobody leaves. You learn to overfunction, overcare, and overexplain. People call it kindness or maturity or even you're so strong. But that's not strength. That's emotional overtime. So I had to get real with myself and asked, which parts of what I do actually nourishes me? And which ones just drain me while everyone else claps? And that's when I realized that writing fed me. Turning feelings into sentence fed me. Hosting and making space for real conversations, that fed me. Fixing everyone else's mess while ignoring my own, that was survival. That was not soul. Then I had to sit with passion. What would I do if no one ever clapped? What comes naturally, even when I'm tired? For me, that was helping people feel less alone. Not fixing them, just not leaving them in the dark. And passion mattered more to me than perfection. I didn't need credentials to speak truth. I didn't need some degree to have lived through some shit and then learn from it. And then, only then, did purpose started peeking through. Because purpose to me is not some grand achievement moment. It's the point where your true skills meet your true heart. And both of them point outward. Purpose is where your healing starts spilling onto other people's hope. Not because you're healed, but because you stop hiding the parts of you that survived hell and still want to love. So if you're in that messy in-between, still unlearning, still figuring out which parts of you are real and which are protective, hear me. You're not late and you're not behind. You're not unclear because you're flawed. You're unclear because you finally stopped performing. And that takes time. That fogginess is part of it. The wobble is part of it too. You can breathe and still not be finished. You can be grateful and still be grieving. And you can be healing while still raising kids, while still rebuilding your life, while still not knowing what the fuck is the next step or what's on the other side. Okay, so let me bring myself down to earth. You don't have to rush purpose. You don't have to stay honest. You don't need to pretend you love what drains you. And you also don't have to shrink down to stay useful. And whatever you do, don't keep living inside a life your spirit has already outgrown. What if clarity isn't late? What if it's just waiting for you to stop running ahead of yourself? Have you thought of that? Give yourself permission to pause, to park at the fork in the road, to rest before you choose anything. You deserve to breathe in the middle, not just after you arrive. So thank you for sitting with me today. Be gentle with your mind. Honor what your body remembers. Until next time, stay real, stay open, and keep walking towards your light. Caribbean Coded.